morning. Our bird is here. I'm Barbara. Oh, and I'm the mother of these dogs. Well, you know what I mean. That's Maisie. And Pearl's over here. You can't see her very well, but you will see her soon because she will be chasing Maisie. She's the German Shepherd. Oh, and I have birds in a bird nest right here in this window box on our shed. Well, we all have birds. Those birds are ours. They're the vlog's birds. Good morning. It is Sunday, June 28th, I think. I think Tuesday is the 30th. It's important because it's bulk pickup day and we have things to put out. The last pickup of the month. And I think that's Tuesday. So Dennis and I will be celebrating our 28th anniversary on next Saturday, on Independence Day, 4th of July. It is pretty nice out here. I think it's going to be a warm day. There is not a cloud in the sky. We did have rain yesterday and it was muggy. But right now it's feeling pretty good. If there were a breeze, it would be really brilliant. But there is no breeze, so it's a little bit on the warm side. But it's a nice day. I slept some, so that was good. I did not end up knitting a stitch yesterday. I didn't craft at all. I was reading. I read and I played poker. Did not win. But I enjoyed myself. I played a couple tournaments where I had lots and lots of chips. But in the end, it didn't matter. But I've been reading books. I finished a Fanny Flagg book, the all-girl filling station by Fanny Flagg, something like that. And I read another book. I think it was called The Monster Calls, something like that. It's a young adult book, I think. I'm quite sure, but it was a good book, and it was a good story, even though it was very sad. It was about a little boy whose mother was dying of cancer. And how he was handling it, and the monster came, but he wasn't afraid because it wasn't the monster from his nightmare. It was just it was just a monster. So he wasn't afraid. It was interesting. And I'm reading kind of a romance novel-y thing by Meg Tilly, of all people, the actress. So anyway, that was one of those things. You know, I'm getting my books electronically. Oh, I'll take these off. I'm getting my books electronically from my library. And they sometimes say, you know, series starters, you know, so I go through that because I like series. And this was a series starter. I guess she's written more than one book about these characters. It's not exactly a romance novel, because romance novels follow these formulas where, you know, they have a big fight and a big, you know, their first encounter is like this big, you know, fighty kind of argument, you know, misunderstanding thing, and then they spend the whole book, you know, being in love with each other but mad at each other, you know, because of this misunderstanding, or, you know. Of course, it's been a while since I've read very many romance novels, but as I recall, that was the formula. So they did not start out mad at each other. So that's nice. Although I would not be surprised if romance novels have evolved since I was reading them. But for some reason I played poker for quite a while. And whatever. Anyway, So there was no progress on anything yesterday. Oh, Blue Jay too. Craft-wise, but I had a good day, even though I didn't win in my poker. The girls had a walk in between the rain, and that was good, and it looks like we're not going to have any trouble walking today. Oh, but I don't really have. Oh, and I forgot to tell you yesterday, we wrapped our blueberry bushes, 2 of our blueberry bushes, in tulle. So they look very festive. They're ready for the wedding. Dennis says we got them just in time. One of them only doesn't have very many berries, but we had enough tulle, so we wrapped it. The other one is loaded with blueberries, and he said they're just starting to change color, so we got the tulle on just in the nick of time. Because, you know, the birds decide the blueberries are ready for them about 4 days before you're ready to pick them. I'm not sure we've ever eaten a blueberry from those bushes, and Dennis planted them probably 10 years ago. We have a lot of fruit trees and things in our yard, which we never get the benefit of. The squirrels take the apples before they're anywhere near ripe. And last year or 2 years ago, it was so weird. We have a peach tree, and it has a ton of peaches on it. And we have gotten peaches from that. We have gotten a few peaches, and they have been delicious. But 2 years ago, it loaded with gorgeous, gorgeous peaches. And we always say that when the wasps are at the peaches, that's when you need to pick them, because the wasps like them sweet. So we were on vacation, and the peaches were going to ripen while we were gone. And so we told Dennis's parents to come and get the peaches. And so they came out and checked them, and they thought, you know what? One more day. So they came back, there wasn't a peach on the tree. And there was no sign that there were no peaches on the ground. There was not a peach to be seen. No peaches. So I don't know if, like, the deer came and ate all the peaches and they just, you know, eat them pits and all. Or if the neighbors said they're away and the peaches are ripe and picked them. I just find it hard to believe that the neighbors picked them. First of all, I don't know that my neighbors even know we have a peach tree, even though it's in the front, actually in the islandy kind of place between our driveways. But it's small, and well, they might know we have it. Anyway, I just can't imagine them just picking the peaches and not leaving a note saying, I have peaches for you in the fridge if you get home and before I eat them all. You know. Something like that. So I think it was the deer. And we live in deer country here, man. When the apocalypse comes and we have to start feeding ourselves and shooting things out off of our back porch, we won't starve because we'll have plenty of venison. They say, and I don't know who they are, and I don't know how they figure this out, that there are more deer now in Pennsylvania than there were when Columbus landed. Of course, when Columbus landed, the deer had enemies. Now they don't, except hunters at the end of November. All the mountain lions and things are long gone. Coyotes attack deer, I don't know, but the mountain lions would. And they are gone. The wolves, gone. So the deer no longer have any predators except man. Hunter. But there are a lot of hunters in Pennsylvania, but not enough to keep the deer population down. And doe season isn't very long, I don't think. And you hardly ever see a buck. We saw a buck the other day. It had little tiny antlers like this big. I can't tell you the last time I've seen a buck that had any kind of rack at all. And that's one problem that they have out on the farm, because they have a lot of property in the back and it backs onto state game lands, and so there are hunters all over there. I mean, my brother was back there, you know, my dad never went back there. My brother's been back in the back 40, as we call it. And he found, you know, hunters had built hunting blinds in on our property back in the woods. So that's annoying. But anyway. Deer. I'm sure the deer ate the peaches, that's the point. So we will be getting blueberries probably in the next couple weeks. So that will be fun. Guess we're gonna go over and visit Dennis's parents for a little while today. He's made making chicken, a special chicken dish that his mother really loves. It's got adobo sauce and guacamole on it, cheese. I don't know. I've had it, it's good, but she loves it and she freezes it. I don't even know how you do that with guacamole, but whatever. She loves it. She had the chicken. She even bought the chicken for it. So he made it for her. He made her some dessert, chocolate, pecan, bacon, bark. So she'll have some bark. And I have a big bag of sleeveless summer shirts for her. So she will be excited about that. That's what she wears, and she was in need. My father-in-law's not doing great. He's feeling tired all the time, although they finally figured out, you know, they got the bed sorted out. So they had to get a new mattress that was, you know, and he was like, couldn't sleep on it the first night. And we went over and helped him figure out how to make it more comfortable for him. And so I think he's been sleeping on that. Her tummy stuff seems to be settling down, so that's good. So lots of good news over there. But my father-in-law's going downhill and feeling old and doesn't like it. He does not like feeling old, let me tell you. So, that was so fun to find that nest. Well, it was when we figured out which bird, because house finches are tiny. And so it's got a big voice, but I couldn't figure out what bird was making the noise. And we were sitting here and we finally figured out what bird was making the noise. And then we saw, you know, flying back and forth. And I saw it flying with something in its mouth. And I'm like, wow, what's it doing? You know, it was like they were doing something with a nest. Yes, they are. But when we look in the nest, there's nothing in the nest. So maybe it's a second clutch. I mean, it's a little late in the day to just start, right? You would have thought they would have done something sooner in the season. But if they do 2 clutches, then this would be the time. So maybe they're fixing it up. But I can't believe we wouldn't have noticed them if they were going back and forth feeding, you know, hatchlings. So I'm confused by the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure that's the story. Oh, see, they're talking to each other. So that's why I'm pointing this way, so we have a good view of our nest. So anyway, I am expecting to do some knitting today. I do want to make some progress on my fronts. And I haven't taken up my pink fable yet to even look over the measurements and things to make sure that it's going to fit me well. So I need to do that at some point, and then I could be working on that also. But if I'm not knitting very much, then I won't get very far on either of them, will I? I'll just work on my front since I have that figured out now. And I have ways to go before I have to worry about dealing with the pattern, with the fact that the pattern doesn't have a crew neck apart again. I don't think it's going to be a big deal though. I'll just have to be careful when make sure I'm correct in how many stitches I bind off to make a nice neck, and then I just have to make sure I have the same number of stitches on the shoulders for the front and the back, and I should be good to go. And the arms should be the same, so that shouldn't be a problem. That's the plan anyway. We shall see. Oh, and I need to be looking for buttons and thinking about buttons for that, because I'll need the buttons before I can do the button band. So I'll be looking at that. Okay guys, I am just rambling again. Seems like that's my modus operandi. We're coming up on 100, vlog number 100 soon. I think this is 98. Could be 99. 100 could be tomorrow. Crazy, crazy. So I hope you're well. I hope this 99th, maybe, vlog finds you well and content and having a good Sunday. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay sane.